Power, Black Power. Appreciate
Yeah.
you, goddess.
Black
Like
power,
we
black
have the
power.
commander,
Yeah.
Panther goddess. About man,
Much
they trying to
respect.
stop us. They can't stop us. They can't stop us.
They
See,
can't
you gotta
stop.
that's a omen of what we doing. You gotta fight for that unity. If you black,
Yep.
you gotta fight to make it to come together. So that's what we doing. We fighting to come together. That's what the
Straight
fight
up.
is at. Go ahead
Straight
and
up.
introduce everything. God, let's get the floor started.
All
And we're
right.
gonna get
All
into this
right.
topic. And before that, let me just say real quick is that us being us being about the people. Most of my videos, and the same with this sister, we addressing the concerns of the community more so of our own concerns. And this was a question that's been going around lately that we're gonna get to. And I actually counsel with this guy. She's a good source of wisdom, a good, very very balanced sister. Got an awesome family structure. It's always good to talk to people and lean on people who actually accomplish things. Got husband's a powerful leader. So all the type of people you want to talk to and counsel with and get input on for those of us out there. And the question the brother brought up, actually a couple of brothers brought up, and I saw a theme on YouTube was that if the black family structure was so great, because you hear a lot about, oh, in the 50s was the most married, the 60s was the most married, all this and all that. We hear about that all the time. Then why, when the welfare system came in and feminism came in, the black woman, not all, but a vast majority of them give it up so easily. And we're gonna get into that topic
Yep.
today.
Yep. We're gonna get into it. So y'all know how I start. Y'all know how I start. So we're gonna get into
Right.
starting. So Black love plus black unity. Where's my camera? Where's my camera? There we go. Black love plus black unity equals black power. Much
Wow.
respect to the fam. Much respect to the fam. So we got the comrade right here.
Out,
Right
comrade. We here.
here.
We in the bit. We made it.
Yeah.
Y'all know what we went through to get this talk, y'all. We went through. We made it, man. We made it.
Y'all don't know. But now you know. Y'all know how every time I try to get on live, Facebook always try to block me and won't let me get on. They do the same thing to him too. So
Right, right. Yep.
and most likely to every melanated person that's
Yeah.
delivering a message,
Right.
it gets blocked. So let me go ahead and let you introduce yourself, and then we're gonna get right into it. While you're doing that, I'm gonna check my charger and make sure my laptop is charging. So go ahead, go
No
ahead, go
doubt. No
ahead.
doubt. No
I'll be
doubt.
right back, fam.
Well, no doubt. No doubt. I'm with the legendary Black Panther Party, Chief General Command. But also, we are together, the Black Panther Party. We are the Black Panther Party. We're part of this is a bigger thing. We're trying to unite the principles of the original party, bring that back because it's still current. We never left, but we're also trying to rebuild structure. And structure starts with family. And I put out this sister as well. Like I said, this is a sister I look up to. Um, she's part of the original chapter out in South California. Definitely a comrade I look up to. Her and her husband been great leaders for the community. Great examples for myself. And this is something that we talked about. I talked about. You can even go back on her page. We was telling y'all about this years ago about how the attack is going to be on the black family. And now, a lot of y'all weren't listening back then. Y'all still want to tote guns and do all that, and that's cool. But we're saying y'all the main attack is going to be at our family structure. And now we full blown here, 2021. We went through that pandemic where a lot of us had to do things we normally wouldn't do. A lot of women had to start realizing they do need a man, and not now. And then from that the enemy saw a chance to strike, and the gender war was kind of was blown up. It's always been there, but the gender war was kind of pushed heavily on the black community with people like Kevin Samuels, Fresh and Fit, Cynthia G, from the ladies side, people like that, Tasha, because it's not just the men, it's the women too. So you got a lot of fight going. Now these people I mentioned, they do all make Tasha TKO, my favorite. I got the sister name wrong, but they do make valid points. Coach Greg guys, all them other world, they have valid points, but sometimes people that watch it, they only take out the sensationalism because they got to do stuff for views. Y'all got to understand it's entertainment, and what gets lost in the entertainment aspect of these relationship coaches, these dating coaches, these family coaches, is that real people listening to this, that it may not they may not fit that generalization or that mold. And what happens is that the black man, as I talk with my comrade here, the Republican Party, the Democratic Party, all of that, they're two feathers of the same bird. One hand washes the other. You got to remember that. Um, yes, we understand that the liberal movement, I speak a lot against that push the feminism on us, the welfare system, the quote by Lyndon Johnson that we're going to be vote Democrat for 200 years, all that. We talk about that. But what's going on right now is that the right side, the other side of the bird, they see in the market for black men that because the black men's been so shit. No one listens to the black man. The black man it's been the black man been so shitted on for so long. They're taking advantage of that by telling these brothers that, man, that woman, the same thing they did to the woman in the 60s and 70s. Why you need her? Look what she's done to you. These two sides are working together, family. They're playing good cop, bad cop. And we're trying to get y'all to understand what's going on. You can take certain viewpoints from these perspectives from male and female, but don't use that as an excuse to not be about unity or to be divisive in your own family structure. And that's what we're trying to bring in today.
Definitely. We're trying to bring in and let our people know that the black family structure is very, very important. We can talk about so many different things when it comes down to the unification of our families and how we can keep our families together. We have there's so many problems, so many solutions to these problems too. So we gotta get it together, and so we're gonna start doing these videos on black family and black love plus black equals actually black unity. And this is how we're going to stay powerful and strong together. One of the ways that we can stay strong together is by communication and being truthful and being honest, because without honesty, it's gonna lead us in the wrong direction, and it's gonna make us think that we're each other's enemies, and we're not. When in all actuality, all we're trying to do is gain an understanding and an understanding on whatever the topic may be, So just real quick, me and Jamal were talking about how we can talk about AFDC. I've done a lot of lives on these as well with Sister Taurus. We talked about AFDC, the county being on the county, and how initially, of course, it started with white people wanting to basically get money from the government. Right. Let's just talk about that. So majority, if we look at the statistics, majority of the people that's on AFDC is white.
It's white, right, so, right. We got to remember that. Say it again for the people.
Right.
A lot of people don't know that.
They don't know that. So when we decided to catch on, when we were like, oh, what's going on? And they said, oh, okay, you guys, they gave us the permission to go ahead and, let's just be real about it, get money from the government or get help from the government. Right. They put stipulations on it. And one of the many stipulations that they put on it was, oh, the black man can't be in the house. So we thinking that, oh, the black man can't be in the house. So hell, bye, get out, no. Or we're thinking that the black man decided to just leave without caring or without, caring about his family. Now, or we can say the black woman made the black man leave. We can say that too. Right.
Which is the narrative that we fighting against today.
Right. But the reality of it is, it's about us togetherness. It's about us. So I've said this before, that it doesn't matter what someone on the outside of your relationship wants. It's about what you want. What do you want within your family? So if they say, oh, the black man can't be in the house, the husband can't be in the house. Okay, fine. You don't have to be in the house. What he can do is say, we gonna stay together, baby. This is what we gonna do though. We gonna stay together. He say we can't be in the house. Okay.
Some of us did do that. I know families that did do it like that.
They just left without a fight for the relationship, or without trying to find out how we can still stay together and still make it work. So if the black man can't be in the house, ladies, don't be looking at your husband or your kid's father and saying, oh, well, he can't be in the house, so you get out because the government is paying my bills and the government is taking care of my kids and things like that. Don't just leave it at that. Leave it at, baby, okay, look, let's figure out how we can work together, how we can stay together. They don't want you in the house. Okay, you go live at your cousin's house. You go live somewhere else. Build from there. Get a house over there so we can grow in that house over there. So that way I'll take this $25 of rent, but at the same time, you over there trying to get us a place. And I'm once you get that place, I'm outro. DJ. There go DJ.
What's going on, DJ? Hello, brother.
That's my son, and Lana.
That's definitely your son.
You're right. He's
definitely your son.
Looking just like right. Exactly. Okay, Manny.
Go ahead, guys. Hey, guys, keep elaborating for the people, please.
Yeah. So we have to really make sure that we work together and say, okay, well, you get a house over there. I'm going to go ahead and take this $25 an hour. But once you get the house built, or once you close on that house, then now I can get off of this and come home to our home, to something that we can leave as a legacy for our kids. That's how we're going to stay together.
I like that because I know couples who did that model and was successful. That's older now, to where they needed the money at the time, so they said, we're not going to split up this family though. They might have to hide, they had to do certain stuff. But I think too often a lot of blacks, modern blacks, whether they're conservative or liberal, they just look at it's easy to look at data. That's what we got to see. They're trying to make us into robots. That's trying to get people like that's why we got our own studies coming out that we did within the community where it puts human context to these numbers. Because you are for those of y'all that follow like a Kevin Sanders, some of your turn, so he'll say a statistic that's actually a real statistic, like 80% single mothers in the neighborhoods or this and that, and it'll look bad on the black woman. But the problem is that data can be inconclusive and it leaves out certain factors. It doesn't factor in a women who were raped before 10, which is a lot. Women who were sex trafficking, women who were sexually abused. All of this, we don't factor in the mental capacity they had to go through, the variables that led to those situations. Same thing with the black family structure. When you look at the splitting of the household, the reason, to answer the brother's questions who asked me about this question, was that were there some black women who just want to get it from under their man anyway, use that excuse? Absolutely, I'm not going to deny that. But to try to put a blanket overall, that wasn't the case. There was some black women who hid their man. There was some who said no, you can take the welfare. It wasn't just a blanket thing for the black woman. That narrative itself has actually been more destructive than the actual thing that happened. The actual that the black woman just threw the black man out for 20 pieces of silver, and they say got this saying, said the black woman sold us out for 20 pieces of silver, which some of them did, but the whole that's the whole black women, all the black women did that? Absolutely not. And like you was elaborating on, which is real good for people to know, is that when you even in situations of poverty, when you have a family structure and you have a unity, you have a plan, it's two heads is always better than one. So
yes,
you're not bound by yourself. When you feel, because what they want, they did they intend to split us up with that? Absolutely. That's what they intended. We did ourselves. We didn't do the critical thinking like the sister said, like saying, okay, we're going to because we're inventive as black people. The people who survived that with family structures, talk to them. That's why I say always talk to people who went through these. Don't just listen to the internet. Talk to people who are still alive while we still have them, and talk to them how they handled the situation. I know a couple that's actually an elder Panther couple out of Ohio. Their Panthers, what they did was, she got the money. They did exactly what you did, almost to the T. He went and got a construction job or somewhere for a little bit. He used it as a season. They said, we're going to stack up this money. But I'm gonna stack up the money for about, I think they said about a year they did, and then they came back. They bought a house. They bought business, and it lasted to this day.
Look at that.
Right.
Look at that.
So It's all on you as an individual. You don't have to let no government, no nothing has the power to break up your family if you don't want it broken up.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's something that we really need to pay attention to, because the reality of it is, when we look back at slavery, we look back at it as, and when we take it in and we say, okay, well, what was the meaning for it?
Mm-hmm.
What was the reason?
Mm.
And the main reason why slavery existed was mainly about control.
Yeah.
Control of the people, control of the mind of the slaves. And you know, we can talk about, I talk about the Willie Lynch syndrome all the time. Whether that letter is real, whether that letter is fake, it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, it is still in existence.
Yes, the condition is real.
Exactly.
Right.
And it says, it says right in there, the way you can control your slaves is by getting into the mind of your slaves. Then you'll be able to control them for generations to come.
Yes.
Once you get into the mind, you got to take that person's mind. You already know what's the reason why a person will take your mind. The reason why a person will take your mind is because they know that you are strong, that you have wisdom, that you have knowledge. They know that you have ancestral history. They know that you don't conform to the way that they want you to. So, oh no, they're gonna retaliate against me because they already know that what I'm doing is not right. So let me get into the minds of them. Let me take their language from them. Let me take their knowledge from them. Let me take their history from them. And once I do that, I'll be able to place what I want to place into their lives and make them do whatever I want to do. So blink 5 times, here we are, 2021, and it's here. You know, pin the black man against the black man, pin the black woman against the black man, pin the child against the parents, pin the family against each other. And once you can pin the family against each other, now we can separate the family. Now we can control
and you know what?
one part of the family.
I want to speak to one aspect from a black man perspective, because you hit on something that's real. I want to touch on real quick. The mind. Not getting our minds. And I've been there. I've literally lost my mind in the process of losing that. Lost, messed up family structures, made mistakes, not knowing who I am. What I do like about the so-called is because it is positive brothers in the manosphere that's actually building black men up. I don't want to paint up, but it's actually brothers and the sisters actually building sisters up. So don't, please, if you're watching this, don't take it that we're not attacking these people. The surprising thing is the more toxic people in these spaces are actually white. They're not even the black people. The ones who are actually positive are actually black, and go figure, right?
Right.
Yeah. So you got brothers that's doing that. I may not agree with everything they say, but they are helping a lot of black men. And the sisters, I don't agree with everything they say, but they are helping sisters. There's nothing wrong with understanding your masculinity or femininity or understanding yourself. And like she just said, your mind, knowledge of self. You hear me talk about it. The sisters always talk about it. Knowledge of self is everything. When you know who you are, can't nothing move that foundation of who you are. And then when you connect it with another individual, y'all become one. Y'all one self. And that's a concept I didn't understand as a man, making mistakes coming up, that I would try to make as a man, not having the confidence and the knowledge of myself fully, but trying to lead a woman. And for the women out there is that I see a lot of y'all in these spaces. I go on the comment boards. Some of y'all talk to me, even the brother that I talked to about this question, one of his questions, and y'all frustrated with with society. One thing is that we call the women delusional. A lot of them are. Some of them not. Some of them are. But a lot of the men are delusional. I would argue that a lot of men are more delusional in some cases, to be honest with you. We are too. To put in the work as men. It's what it is. Like as a man, you can't expect to not have nothing solid about yourself and women to be attracted to you. You just can't do that. You gotta have something to offer that woman. That's what it is. A lot of you brothers I counsel with, I'm gonna be honest with you. I tell a lot of y'all to go do the work on yourself. I try to help a lot of y'all careers. Y'all got to get certain things together. There's nothing wrong with a woman wanting a man. That's the nature of a woman, is to want some type of security. A woman express their femininity in different ways, but every woman wants a man that has some type of security. He don't got to be rich, but he has to know who he is. He has to have a plan. He has to have an objective. That's not a lot to ask for, brothers. You can't. I don't think most sisters don't watch the social media stuff. Most sisters ain't they will settle for a dude who ain't got that much money. He got a real plan that she can see at work, man. She just wants something to hold on to, brother. And I'm just gonna
So
keep it
true.
100. And
So true.
a lot of that y'all see is fronting, man. I don't see women somebody they want a rich nigga and all this, and then you see him with a dude who ain't got hardly nothing, but he got a plan. He on his way somewhere. It's because he's going somewhere, brothers. And I understand our voice been suppressed in this internet out, and what it is, a lot of y'all got built up frustration. I myself had built up frustration, had to express. So I'm not judging any of y'all, but we gotta get back to keeping our minds, like the sisters said, brothers. Because when they can get our minds and they can pit us against our you can reach heights by yourself, but I guarantee you will not reach that. Even Kevin Samuels will tell you, who all y'all want to follow, he will tell you that he said himself, going to Vlad TV show, he said himself that he's gonna one day again be married. He one day again wishes to be married. He said that himself. So MGTOW, I do believe men should go their own way temporarily if you don't got it together, but that is not a long-term solution. Our long-term solution liberation is the unity with the Black woman, coming together and rebuilding what we had.
Exactly.
And making it better.
Exactly. And I love that you said that, because family unity is so important, and we do need to get ourselves together first before we even think about getting into a relationship, man. I have a page. I don't know if I sent you to it, but I have a page, a group on here called No More Toxic Relationships.
And send me that. I need that. I like
I'm gonna send it to you. And
I say that to myself every day. No more toxic
relationship. And the thing is, when we say that, when you hear no more toxic relationships, we instantly think of the other person coming into our life. And we totally forget about our own toxic shit. We totally forget about that, like as if we're so important and you can't tell me about my feelings or who I am. We're not looking at our own toxic shit.
Right.
We're looking outside all the time, and we need to stop that, because when we look outside, we need to first say, wait, hold on. Am I right? Am I okay?
Yeah.
Do I have insecurities? Do I practice self-accountability, self-responsibility on certain things that's going on in my life personally? So if I step on somebody's foot, just for a small example, if I step on somebody's foot, do I take accountability for stepping on their foot, or am I going to blame them for their foot being in the way? No, I'm going to take self-accountability and say, oops, my bad. I stepped on your foot. I apologize. Now I need to look at my footing. Self. We have to pay attention to self. And the number one thing that's really, really hard to do is to pay attention to self, because when we pay attention to self, we start to see ourselves. We start to see ourselves that we have some things that we need to work on. Okay, so now I noticed that I don't take accountability for my actions. Now I noticed that I don't take responsibility. So I need to start figuring out how I can do that, instead of looking at other people and saying, you need to, you're toxic, you're this. What about my own toxic shit? Am I paying attention to that? Am I working on that? And once we get ourselves together, mental check, self-check, and be accountable for that shit, and say, damn, that was really fucked up that I've treated this person that way, or that was really messed up that I'm this way towards this person. How can I change that? And how can I make myself better to where I don't take it in that way, or don't treat people in that way?
Yes.
I have a homegirl. She just kind of said hi to me and kind of walked back, but she said to me, Eve, your delivery sucks.
Why she say that? I like your delivery.
She tell me my
delivery. Maybe a little harsher with her or something. I don't know.
Well, because my thing is this: I don't bullshit. I don't lie. I don't beat around the bush.
Oh, so she was one of them. I don't want to talk. I don't know, but like, cause a lot of women don't. I'm gonna tell you. You know what's crazy? I'm gonna interrupt you, but you check this out, right? Now look, I do a lot. We got programs, and you know how we do with the Black Panther Party. We got programs for women. We out there. All the saves I do be women. I mean, I think it was couple little boys here and there, but be majority young women. A lot of stuff for women, and they know that, right? They know that if I put a one post that even kind of touched they a little way, they'll call me in inbox like, "What are you doing? Why you gotta say it?" I'm like, "Sis, if you come at me, like who else gonna be there for you? I'm here standing with you. I can't be constructively critical, my sister, and say and I'm talking nicely. So I'm coming with love, like sister, we gotta do this, and you coming at me like I'm KS
bashing,
or something,
like
or
you're
like I'm Fresh
bashing,
Fit or something. You know, like I'm bashing.
right?
Like sister. And,
Right.
and so I know what you're talking about with that delivery. Your delivery sucks because I get that too.
Yeah. And I'm like, wait, I'm not gonna beat around the bush though. You know, we're not gonna sit and no, we're not gonna waste time. No, we're not gonna do that. We're adults. We're not kids anymore. I was just saying this the other day. We're not kids no more. We don't have to watch what we say.
No, we don't.
When of course, on Facebook and social media, these are their.
Yeah, they want us to be kids. They want us to be kids.
Right. They want us to watch what we say and what information we put out there. But when you get with your friends, your family, and y'all sitting in a huddle and y'all chit chatting and y'all talking, why do I have to watch what I say? Right. Why do I have to? Okay. Watch what I say as far as making sure that what I'm saying to you, you're not taking it the wrong way, or you're not. I'm going to take in your feelings. I'm going to take account of your feelings. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. Watch what I say. Okay. But at the same time, if I say, look, women, we need to take accountability on our family structure. We need to stop telling our kids that they some bad little motherfuckers and stop doing this. And I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that.
Right.
Because we do need to stop telling our kids, putting in their life, putting in their mind that they are bad. Once we tell our kids that they're bad, then don't get mad at them for doing bad things because they're just living up to what you just told them that they were. So, okay. I'm going to watch what I say on that. But I'm not going to watch what I say on that. But at the same time, we're adults, so we should be able to accept corrective criticism and then look back at ourselves and say, damn, I do tell my kids that they bad, and that's not good because look at them, they doing bad things. So how can I make my child or let my child know that they are powerful, that they are strong, that they are smart? Okay, so I'm going to flip it. Instead of telling them negative things about their actions, I'm going to tell them the positive things about their actions, but I'm also going to correct them on the way that they're acting instead of putting it in their life that they're just bad. So when she says that my delivery sucks, it's on that level of how people take what you say. Right. And people will take what you say and oh my gosh, she's bashing or he's bashing. And I've said it in many videos, and I'm so sure you've said it in so many of your videos, that we're not bashing anyone. Anyone. It's about, look, I see what you do. I'm on the outside looking in, so I see what's going on. So I'm going to tell you what I think could be fixed, what could benefit, what could help instead of hinder.
Right.
I'm not bashing you. I'm just telling you the truth. And a lot of times, and on some realness, a lot of times people love the truth, but they hate the truth when it has to do with them.
Yes. They love seeing other people get their we got a culture on social media where they love to see other people get they upcomings and they good. But when it hit them, look, it's a sister that's a Panther sister who done good work, got a lot of respect for she moving her way up in the ranks, and like I put a post up that was a joke. It was a joke. She tried to take a joke that I put up and make it as I was making a comment against all black women just because the cartoons in the post was a black sister and it was black. I'm like, what? And then as we kept talking, guess what? The truth came out. She was like, well, I was doing something last night and all of us not like that. And you trying to say, I said, first of all, sis, I won't even address some black women. Why would I do that? And then second of all, it's a joke. She the only one that took it serious. I deleted the conversation. She took it serious like it was that. What it was that it was I had a post up about I was making a joke about it had a female on the phone and the dude they talking and he texting talking to her. She texting him like, I'm tired. I ain't gonna be able to do nothing tonight, baby. and he like, oh, I love you. He all in love and simping for her, and the dude hitting it from the back, like why he doing that, right? And I put a message saying, hey man, you don't want to be this guy. You want to understand this and that. You know, I was joking, but I was kind of being serious too, because I do agree with the manosphere that simping is a problem. Because I do agree with that. That I do agree. I don't agree with a lot of stuff, the way they come, some of the toxic things that are in the manosphere, but I do agree that simping is a problem because it has hurt the black woman. You got black women believing that a lot of men are options because of social media, and these men are not options. A lot of these, you got women believing that because of simping, men that just because a bunch of dudes in their inbox, they can just wait on marriage and all this and all that. But really, these guys just want some vagina. They're not trying to marry you.
Right.
So I do agree with them on that, because I see that every day, how simping is a problem and how it hurts the black woman, if anything. But the problem is, a lot of women want attention, so they'll protect the simping. They're protected. You know what I'm saying? They want to do what they do. So, to make a long story short, she's a good sister. Nothing against her. I'm gonna mention her name or nothing like that. Put her out there. But I guess when I posted that, a brother she was dealing with, I don't know if I know the brother or not. She had told a brother that night the same thing, that she was tired, and that she had talked to him in the morning. And so that she saw my post, and then she reacted to me, and it triggered her, and it made her want to say that she felt offended personally. So instead of coming at me and just saying, "Hey, I was offended personally," or "Why did you put that up?" and being truthful, it became an attack at me, trying to say I'm saying that all black women do this. She took a personal experience, that insecurity of hers, because she told a guy that, I don't know if I'm a surmise she only had a problem because I get maybe it's a dude that I also know, and he might have saw the post and thought that, I'm thinking that it was a dude that I know, and when I posted that, she might have thought that I might have been saying that I was the dude that was coming messing with her while she told him she was tired. I don't know if that was the case, or if she was really fucking with it. I mean, messing with another dude while she was telling that dude that, and then she didn't want her cover blown. But she was bothered and tried to make it an issue, like tried to say that I was coming at black women, and then when we got to the nitty gritty, no, I wasn't that. You one of them women doing this, and you was mad that I exposed it, and you want to be accountable for that. You doing it in one way or the other, and that was the issue. And
you know what?
Yeah,
that's exactly how things go too on both parts. You have. I mean, we saw it. We saw an example of it, and we all laughed, right? Wait, hold on. Okay, we all laughed at it. And what did we laugh at? Remember on Friday where she was, hey, where you at? Who was that woman in your house? And I saw that. Oh, well, she had a dude laying right next to her, though.
Yeah, why?
Like, and a lot of women feel like when a man brings that up, a lot of women feel like, but why you talking about me, though? That ain't all women. I always say this. When we're talking about corrective criticism on as far as our personal, our personal selves, or about us as a collective, us as melanated people collectively, we're not talking about everybody. A lot of people don't belong in that group that we're talking about. So if you feel that you are not that type of person, don't put yourself in that box, because you don't do that. Now, if you do that, then you need to sit back and flip it and say, well, damn, what if that was done to me? How would I, if that was done, if somebody was to do that to me, calling me on the phone, going off on me, all while he got another woman on the side, literally in the bed next to him. So when it's the roles are reversed, the women, a lot of us women, we like, see, that's fucked up. That's how y'all men treat us. And da-da-da-da-da-da. But when it's flipped the other way around, the women are like, that's not all of us, but hold up. That's not all men either.
Right.
So don't put yourself there.
You know what's deep though,
talking about the ones that's like that.
Right.
The ones that do these things that we're talking about. Not all women call their kids little bastard ass. Not all. So don't put yourself there. Don't say, well, I'm not like that. Don't do that, because you're not involved. We're talking about them over there, the ones that do that.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what's crazy? The social engineering experiment they did with the welfare system, with feminism and all of that, those things are all true. Those things were put into destructors and dividers. But what the thing that what it did was this. Now, when they say the black woman is unprotected and most unprotected, I agree and disagree. The black revolutionary woman, the black woman that don't want to sell out her blackness, is the most unprotected.
Mm-hmm.
That woman, they ain't got no help because she don't got no she got to fight. But the woman who want to be Americanized and it's plenty. Look, I work. You can't tell me. I work in the community. It's so many. I can help women way easy. I can help a young black man. I got to help a young black man. It's millions of programs for women, for the government. Millions of community programs for women that require you to do something. It's not that many for men, for black men. But what that did was that it's the build up to what we into now. The black
Mm-hmm.
woman, when you got these body positivity, sex positivity, oh, you can just do what you want. They sending mixed messages. They telling you to be this and that, being unhealthy is being good. Oh, just feel good about it, girl. It's okay. Oh, you don't need a man. Be strong, independent. You got all these agendas being pushed. The black woman the I'm gonna say the Americanized black woman, because people gonna say not
Mm-hmm.
all of us. The Americanized
Mm-hmm.
black woman, the Americanized black woman is very comfortable in this society because this society will protect her. This society, she can call the police on her man and just get him out of there and make up something. She can take advantage of it. So when she's challenged, they haven't been challenged. And what I do like about what I say about, like I said, I don't agree with a lot of stuff Kevin Samuels do, but I do what he has done. He has brought the conversation of accountability up, that we have that a long overdue conversation, because
Mm-hmm.
you got too many. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna expose myself. I had a situation with a sister, the last sister I dealt with, I procreated with, and we're gonna get into that because we're gonna get. I'm gonna answer at the end about the family structure thing, because we understand too. Monogamy is very new to us. We
Mm-hmm.
did it, we do it, but it's not. We don't all have to be monogamous like that. So some of the people some of the women that rebelled, they was just going with their nature. They finally got it. They didn't have the option. They was just like, well, shit, I can be what I want to be now, and
Mm-hmm.
so we can't blame them for that, because they was taken out of their structure. They was in for thousands of years, in
Mm-hmm.
400 years, in 400 years and under this structure, and they got a chance to go back to whatever they was. They might have been polyamorous, they might have been whatever. They got a chance to have choice. So a lot of women just reacted because they had choice now. But anyway, go back to my situation. I had a sister who I knew for years, building with. We never got too close. We started getting a little close, but we wasn't. I was clear with her that I did not want a relationship. I was clear with her that I didn't want to be with her. I was clear with her that I didn't see her being the type of woman that I could be with, but I still respect her as a comrade, as a friend. I thought she had a lot of integrity, so I thought, and I decided after a while she came and did some things. She was working real hard for months to try to impress me, put on the show. I decided after a while, I said, you know what? Because I look at the procreating in a different way. I was like, I don't have nobody right now. She don't have nobody right now. I don't want to be with her, but she was adamant about having a child. I do believe that she can make a good mother. I don't have a problem with co-parenting a child with her. So I gave her the gift of my seed, which I try to protect and be careful of. When she got that gift of my seed, she froze me up. Once she secured and she was pregnant, she went right back to all the revolutionary went out the window. She went to playing the victim. She went to try to manipulate to get me to be with her. And when she already knew I wasn't going to be with her, and I didn't go. I made a stand. I made a stance like I'm not. I'm not going. You already knew what this was. The mistake. Now look, as a man, I'm gonna tell you why the mistake I made as a man. I didn't properly vet this woman. I thought that simply by time and a common thing of being a revolutionary and the common ground of certain principles, that would be good enough, and that was not good enough. I did not. I did not pay attention to the red flags. That's why I say a lot of the brothers in America are toxic, but some good ones that do teach men how to look for certain things that they do plan on making. That actually, I've been able to do that myself now with my experience and my credentials from the past before. You do have to look at whether you're a man. This is for women too. You gotta if a person is not complete, like this woman I'm talking about. I found out she was still married. I didn't know she was still married. Now she wasn't with the man, but she was still married, and She had all these situations. She wasn't stable at all. But I found that out after she already got impregnated. Most of it. Some of it I had hints, but she wasn't transparent. So a lot of truth came out afterwards. And that time would do all that, but it ain't always about time. You got to find out where a person actually is, and have they done the work in themselves. She ended up being not accountable. She ended up blaming everything on me and saying she's trying to pay me as Messiah, as a womanizer. I'm like, hold up, sister, she went from revolutionary sister to I'm finna hit you with feminism. I'm finna hit you with feminism real. Because I got cured the seed. Now I'm finna try to get you. And like, I'm not gonna sit up here. I could be like a lot of these brothers and get bitter and mad and make videos, but no, as men, we have to set the foundation. That women look for us to lead. Did she manipulate? Did she do what she do? Is the responsibility accountable? Absolutely, she needs to be accountable and responsible. Absolutely, but we can't. I would be wrong to try to look at her and blame it all on her when I participate. That's what we don't do as men and women. We participate with people and we try to put everything on that person, not be accountable and just try to dismiss them because in your mind you believe that you want that validation to continue doing what you're doing and not have to take the time to work on yourself. So that situation ended up being a blessing because I thought I was on a level that I was like, you know what, I still got some work to do. Now is this just wrong? And I tell her absolutely. I let her know about herself, but that don't excuse me. I told her about myself too. I said, listen, I don't even blame you. I didn't vet you properly. I didn't do the proper things before getting in the situation. I'm gonna take it out of it. Just a blessing, child. Hopefully, and build from that, and not try to stay in the negativity. And sometimes things don't work out, fam. Sometimes people we get with people, it don't work out.
Can I help you?
I didn't even want to be with.
Hi. Does it look like a pit bull? No. It doesn't look like a pit bull.
Give me one. I want one.
Okay, well you can keep going.
Somebody selling dogs?
What
was that?
It was a white lady just white. I was looking at her like, where the hell you come from?
Shoot, I thought she said some dogs.
No, No, I have a.
The hell with her then.
Right. She said, "That's a pit bull." I said, "Do it look like a pit bull?" She said, "No." I said, "Okay, well, you can keep walking. If it don't look like a pit bull, you can keep walking." I
thought she was saying I'm selling pit bulls. I was like, "Oh shit, let me see what she got then."
No, no, I have a pit bull. I have one. Man, yeah. So she didn't know. Right. But this is one thing I want to say about your situation that you were just talking about.
Yeah.
We as women, right? We love honesty.
At least that's the rumor.
No. We love honesty. But we don't like honesty when it goes against our honesty.
Yeah.
Or what we don't want. And that's just
right.
Real. So, meaning, I want to know if he cheating on me. Now, let's put that as number one. Number two, do you really want a relationship? Okay, just those two questions right there. In her mind, she wants a relationship. Yeah. In her mind, she's also thinking, if he says no, how can I get him to want to be in a relationship with me? So just that one question has those two questions going back to self too. So when the man comes around and he says, you know what, look, sweetie pie, I think you're beautiful, very intelligent, so on and so forth, but I'm just not ready for a relationship right now. This is not something that I want. What do us women do? Okay.
Yep, that's what she did.
In her mind.
No, she went above and beyond. She was like, oh, I'm not clingy.
Yes.
Shit.
Yes.
Clingy? Hold on.
She goes, I'm not.
Yeah, she said, I'm not clingy. I'm the perfect chick for that. I'm down with polygamy. She was doing everything like well, and if you do decide a relationship, I'm cool with just being one of the friends. Like she was telling me, I won't even on polygamy or nothing, right? She was like like she was finding any angle to try to get in and secure that seed. And that's why that's why on my channel now, on the Universal Life Balance channel, I talk a lot about preserving your seed as men and how valuable that is to not give away. because
Mm-hmm.
this woman went on a year journey to get my seed. Like
And see, she went. It wasn't even to get your seed.
it was to get
That
me.
was the icing on the cake. It
Right,
was
right.
to get you. It was
Yeah, yeah.
to try and have a relationship with you.
Right.
So even though you told her that you didn't want a relationship, in her mind, how can she get you to be in a relationship with her? Oh, now I got his seed. How can I have a family with him?
Right.
Not even thinking that you just told her what you wanted. You gave her that respect to decide what she wanted to do. But what she did was she flipped it and said, well, even though he said he didn't, I'm going to, if I do this, if I do that, if I have a baby, then he's going to want to be with me. And
Right.
my father was the number one person that told me, mama's baby, father's maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not necessarily about if it's the father, if that's the father of that seed, not necessarily talking only about that, but talking about mama's baby. It's your baby, so it's coming out of her. The
Yeah. That's
father's
my brother.
maybe,
Maybe.
meaning he might be around, he might
Might
not be
not.
around. He might want to be with you, he might not want to
Huh.
be with you. But that's where communication comes in, that for us to really communicate that and say, do you want to be with me? Do you want to be in a relationship? And if he say no, I like to fuck different women. He say no, I'm stuck sticking on my business. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not ready for a relationship. Whatever his reason is as to why he said no, we as women need to respect that and don't
Respect
think
that.
that just because we have his seed, now
Right.
he's gonna be with me. And then when it don't go your way, now
And
you
I'm gonna be
mad.
honest as a man. It's only so long if it's available, pop pipe and peace sleeve. I ain't gonna say. And eventually, a man gonna be like, okay, well, forget it. You got it here for me. I got you around. I haven't dismissed you totally. So obviously, I got some type of sexual attraction to you. So eventually, nature gonna kick in, and the man just gonna get because we men,
But
we
it's
very
all
physical,
but
and
it's
like
hard for a man to go from right there being sexual and I just want to fuck to
right.
now I see you different unless they spend
Yes,
time with each other.
you
It's
said it
so
better than
hard
me.
for that.
It is.
It's
Thank you. And that's
hard.
what I try to get. I said, look, we're gonna have a good time. I'm gonna beat it up. I'm gonna do whatever I do. But after all this is done, we gonna still be the same status, baby. Ain't nothing. Now look, check this out. She actually got me to consider. I never said relationship. I said, listen, we can let's work on something together. Let's build. Maybe maybe we can Cause she was trying to put it on me, like not just sex, just like putting extra, like trying to, show like I'm a wife material. She was very adamant trying to show stuff. It was consistent. I'm gonna tell you this, brothers. Do not think you can outsmart a woman's manipulation or a woman who outsmart a woman, period, in the realm of emotion. If you get a little bit in that and out of your logic, you're gonna lose, brothers. Trust me. We it's certain areas that we not strong in as men that we will lose in those arenas. That's why you see men committing domestic violence and all this bullshit because they try to get in the arena of emotion. And she's good at doing. She's good at that. She was good at that. So she got me a little bit to think like after being around, like okay, well maybe I never stopped. I said, well maybe let's try, maybe a little. Maybe I'll think about it. I never went past that though. But the minute I said that, she started revealing herself. She had a lot of things she had to still work out. So she wasn't really, thankfully for me, she didn't know what to do with that angle she had. Thankfully, I'm thankful she didn't know what to happen. But she had a little angle there, right? But look at all what she did. Look what it took. And it was never no promise of a relationship or commitment. I was just simply like, look, because I don't care what society try to, because I got a whole channel I got coming out about black masculinity, the black man being productive. I got a book I got coming out about the son of the gun, about the black man. And I don't look at, I'm not, we get beat up as black men for producing babies, and it's for a reason. I don't see that as a negative. As long as you take care of your children, I don't see that as a negative. I got a different view. I got a revolutionary type aspect. I look at my children as assets and nation building. So I'm like, okay, you willing to carry my child? You sound like a decent woman. I don't see it as a problem. I got attraction to you. Okay, I'm gonna take care of him or her, whatever it be. I don't see it as a problem. But when if you require something beyond that, which at the time I wasn't ready for, and then not beyond that, she wasn't the type of woman I wanted to settle with, as I found out. Now, and that's why I said you got to vet, you got to get that stuff out the way, because she was putting so much pressure on me so much pressure, and I was allowing the pressure that I just started seeing her as a good woman, and she really was a woman that could be a good woman, but she got a lot of work to do. This woman, now check this out. This woman, all the times I know her, has never once admitted a fault. She ain't never told me she was sorry.
That's a sign. Oh my God, that's a
I didn't
huge
notice that
sign.
Yes. Now check this out. This is what I want to tell brothers. Because you hear that and say, man, how did you not notice that? Because when you thinking with your little head, or when you just like heaping on praise from a woman, you're like, oh man, she look like she serving a nigga. Yeah, she talking right. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna get some of that. You get blinded. You ain't out of your logical mind, and you'll miss stuff like that. I was missing, like, I didn't know this woman went on a national show and slandered me a little bit, but she came back and apologized on the slow, but she didn't slander. What she did was she tried to lump me in like as a womanizer with another brother. You know what I'm saying? And tried to lump me in on the slide though. But what she was saying was that she always had a problem. She always made little slick comments about me having a bunch of women after me. Like, oh, I would come after you, but you got too many women after you, like making jokes. You gotta understand, me and this woman was comrades for a while. We was friends, right? So she and our friendship and comradeship, she made comments like, I would come at you in this, but you got so many women at you, I don't know. I'll say stuff like, you don't know what I got going on. Like, who knows? But she kept saying that. And then I didn't know why she would say that. And then on the show, she said, she like lumped me in with another dude who was terrible towards women. And I was like, and it clicked. It was like, oh, she was saying that because she mad. She don't like that. Or she want me to be at me and start saying. Then it came. Then I said, why you do? She went on the show and apologized, but she didn't apologize to me. She just went on the show and corrected on the show. She never actually apologized.
See, she should have apologized to you directly, because she's the one that put you in that box and she was wrong. And see, that's another thing that see, all these things go hand in hand, because when you have one situation, the reason why you have that situation is because of something that happened before that situation. And then something that's going to happen after that situation. All of these things go hand in hand. So we have to continue to keep linking it together and finding out what the problem is, or how we can figure out what the solution is. Now, her thing was, as soon as you gave her your energy, as soon as you gave her your energy right there, that sexual energy, that sexual tension, it made her feel good. It made her feel secure. It made her feel like, oh, this is what I want. Not thinking about what you want, but thinking about what she wants, and she just left it right there. So when you didn't go along with what she wanted, now she bashed you. And a lot of times with that comes in at when the kids get older. Oh, fuck him, he ain't a good dad. Don't put your feelings about this man, about the father, to your kids, like as if this is how they should feel about him too. You see what I'm saying? Because take your situation for an example. You told her, we cool. I don't want to, you want a baby. Okay, cool. We'll have a baby, right?
Yeah, it was like a reward. Like I was like, okay, she had did some things. I saw that she was around. So I was like,
it was a reward.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bless you. I'm gonna bless you with the highest blessing.
Right.
Now, I can't marry you. I won't marry you. I don't want to be with you, but I will do. And like I realized through that situation was like, you know what? Maybe that's a bad strategy with having kids.
Yeah. Because a lot of times nowadays you can't tell a woman, look, I'm just gonna give you my seed and that's it.
See, if she was really who I thought she was, it would have worked. The person
because
she presented me like she presented herself as this revolutionary woman who was about nation building, who wanted to lift up the black man and this and that, and felt we was this man. But she got that baby. She went totally Americanized. She forgot about the Panther movement. She a feminist now.
No. She didn't forget. This is what it is.
She me tooing me now. She want to me too me.
A lot of people. Well, let me finish saying this first.
Yeah.
So when you gave her that seed and you gave her that energy, now she has the baby. So now that she has that baby, now I always say this: it does not matter if the two are not together. The mother and father are not together. That don't matter.
I'm glad you brought that up because I want to get to that. I want to touch on that. That's
That do
overrated.
not matter.
And when you start
Yes.
yes, see, they don't tell us about our true history. A lot of us as Africans, the man would go and build other nations and come back. The woman was with was nurturing the child, and then when the child got a
Yes.
certain age, then the child went with the man. They don't
Yes.
teach us that because
They don't teach that.
they teach us this Christian monogamy system that don't work. But
Right.
go ahead,
And
go
then
ahead and get on that.
they also teach, and we also show that shit, if the man is not in the home, then the father must not be shit. But that
Right.
don't necessarily have to be either, because if the father, just as long as the father is there for the kids, I
Right.
don't care if y'all not together or not. If you don't like him for whatever reason, that's your feelings.
Right.
Is he there for that child?
Is he
That's
there for the
child
child?
support. Right.
Yes.
People get it misconstrued. They like, oh, child support. He don't pay he don't send me no money. Child support ain't got nothing to do with money. It's only an added. When you
Right.
have the father that's actually there for the kids, that's actually instilling knowledge, instilling wisdom, and showing the kid that they love, that the father loves that child. That's most important. That's more important than money, because money come and go. Blink 5 times, you have $10,000. Blink 5 times, that $10,000 is gone.
Right.
So technically that money don't really mean anything, but what means something is that father's love, that parent's love, the fact that you guys can work together and say, you know what, we ain't together, but I think we should take the kids to Nosberry Farm.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should sit down and actually talk to our kids about X, Y, and Z. Her period. The fact that he has babies running around in his testicles right now.
Right.
Let's talk about. Can you take one day?
Man, keep speaking because he's speaking some gospel. Parenting requires parenting. Ain't got nothing to do with the romantic relationship.
Nothing. And that's what people get it mixed up at. Oh, I don't want him in my kid's life because we not together. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Get your head off your ass and think about them kids.
I'm gonna let her talk. I want y'all to listen to what she's saying, y'all. Rewind what she just said, please. Elaborate some more for these brothers, because I was trying to explain to these brothers that the monogamous family structure that the conservatives champion and go against, they're using that to get our brothers to go against sisters, saying that they was with you and they was down with you. No, brother, you can't go by that. We was in slavery, still in the 50s. It's still now. You gotta go by, study our indigenous history as natives and our African history as Africans. We didn't have no monogamy is new to us, man. This is all new, and it's a beautiful thing. We practiced it back then, but it was not widespread like that. We had family structures like how we talked about. You had first of all, if you was a soldier or you was part of a kingdom, you didn't have time to be no everyday family man anyway. You was constantly protecting the village. So you would come make sure the village was straight and go back and do what you do.
And you know what? That was at a time where there was a family structure. Right. And when there was, us women, we knew how to take care of the home, and we knew that our men was going to be honest and tell us the truth, or just be who he is and not try to force anything. But then too, let's flip it. There's a lot of men that do the same thing with women too. Right. There's a lot of men that's like, shoot, that's my woman. I just got on TikTok, man. I just got on TikTok, right?
Right.
And I see so many videos of these men saying, if we have sex, you mine now. We gonna be together now. You can't make nobody do what you want them to do. If y'all got an understanding that y'all gonna be fuck murners, then understand that that's all y'all gonna be, and leave it at that, and build a friendship, and then continue on and say, well, now I found somebody who I want to be with or who wants to be with me, instead of trying to make somebody be what you want them to be. So
we never had fathers, that mindset, though. They taught us that in slavery. We never thought we never looked at as our woman as possessions. That was inflicted on us as slaves. We never said to our woman, "Do you mind?" And we'd all do it. Look, some women like that. I might do it as a little pillow talk. I ain't gonna lie, but like I don't legitimately go to a woman. I tell brothers all the time, you can't control another woman's vagina, man. That's her vagina, bro. That's her vagina,
just like us women, we can't control a man's happy man. I call it the happy man because it gets happy. But I'm just saying.
I'm gonna start using that. Hey, I'm gonna start using that. I gotta start using it. I'm sorry. You gonna see me? I like it.
Happy man. It's the truth, right? And the happy lady, she get happy. So,
Yep.
I mean, but we can't control someone else. We can't do that. Only thing we can do is accept the person for who they are. Now, if the person wants to change and they want you to help them change, then accept that change and get to studying. But first off, study self. And that's hard to do, So we have men also that's like, man, fuck her. I don't want to talk to her. I don't want to kick it with her. I don't even want to call my kid because I got to talk to her. I got to. That's where y'all need to really sit down, man. Y'all need to really sit down and talk about it and say, hey, look, I don't like you. You don't like me. I don't want to be with you. You don't want to be with me. But what we going to do for these kids?
What we going to do for this kid? Thank you. Woo.
Right there. I mean, my son is 27 years old, and I never kept his father away from him at all. Wow. I've always was like, even though me and him had our issues, but I never told my son about them because it was none of his business.
Right. True indeed.
You see what I'm saying? Same thing with myself, with my father. My father had kids before we were around. So being that there was kids before we were around, my father never said anything negative about their mother. And frankly, as I was growing up, in my head, all I was thinking about was I got sisters. Oh my God, I got brothers. That was in my head. That's all that mattered to me. And that's all that matters to our kids is let's build the kids together. Let's make sure the kids know their siblings. Fuck what we going through.
Right. Man,
the kids need their siblings. And then you go and if you have, say for instance, the woman, right? The woman goes and she's with someone else and she feels that she wants to marry that person. Okay, that's where that man, your new man, needs to find out about the father. And they need to have that man time.
Because you with that man's child, and you could be around this man's children more than he is. So it's
exactly
that man to communicate. Listen, I broke up with a sister because of that. Because I told her before we get serious, I need to have a relationship. Because one thing, men and women for you too. This goes to both ways. If someone's not willing, if they got children, they don't want you to. They're trying to keep you away from their ex. That's because they don't want. They got skeletons. They don't want to come. A lot of times.
Right there, or secret thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Secret.
They still got feelings.
Yes, and want to do a secret agenda, and then want to do a secret agenda in due time, in case that person decides to want me back. So there goes that division. So we got to look at the secrets of it. Why don't you want me to get to know your kid's father?
Because if you're truly healed, and you're truly whole, and you moved on, that's no problem.
Exactly.
If a woman came to me and said, I want to talk, I don't have no problem with that. I'm not going to stop her. Right. Like, man, do your thing.
Right.
I might talk about her personality and give a little shit, but I'm not finna get I don't want that woman no more. I don't have nothing to lose. So when people do that, that's a red flag.
Yes. See, this is what I have with my daughter. My her dad is not around.
Right.
Okay. Whatever. Right. But I have an ex that I was with, right? Of course, I was with him because he's my ex. But he was around my daughter, and my daughter loved him. She loves him. He's my ex.
Yes.
My daughter loves him. Whenever she see him, whenever he see her, he come through or whatever. It's like, hey, and I'm sitting there like, there you go. He's my ex. She don't know why me and him broke up. She don't know why he's not around all the time. Right. It's none of her business.
None of her business. She a child.
So, in her face, I'm like, there you go, right there. Go give him a hug. There you go. In her face. You know what I'm saying? And even behind closed doors, if he called me, he's like, hey, how's Lana doing? You want to talk to her? Hold on, here she go. Right? Now, fast forward. I'm married now, right? Now, my husband is in my daughter's life. But guess what? I'm not keeping her away from my ex.
Right. There you go.
She got two daddies.
Yeah.
She got two. How strong is that? That's the bomb shit right
there. And your husband he a real king. He ain't threatened by that. He know you y'all he know you he know he got you and y'all together. So that's the part I try to stress, whether my community counseling or whatever, is that we got to be whole as a people. And even myself, like I just told you about the situation. I found out, hey, I wasn't. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I need to add a little bit more to my critiquing for me, and make things better. We always, our mistakes are chances for victory, because
Mm-hmm.
hey, that the child ain't got nothing to do with it, family. We got to stop making these kids suffer and take people out of their life because we got issues with
Our
the
feelings.
mom. Now look, if the child can be in danger, or if it's a legal situation where you can't, okay, I understand. I know there's always gonna be exceptions, all right. I
Yes,
understand that,
yes.
but if there's no impediment in the way, don't let your jealousy or emotions stop you, that because you're only hurting the kid. You're only hurting the child. That's all
Mm-hmm.
you hurt. You're not doing what you think you're going to do. You're not proving the point. You're only listening an enhancement in that child's life. Just because
Yes.
y'all didn't work out, don't mean that person wasn't a good person. It's
Right.
a sister I was dealing with who had some daughters, man, that I got close with, and a son, right? And
Mm-hmm.
she's so vindictive, and it's like it's a missing link. It's like I can't even, it don't. I got to deal with it. The kids got to deal with it. They want to call me and stuff, and it's like I feel I can't. It's my when they get grown, they gonna come, and it's like, damn, man, we don't even got to go through this. Why gotta be like this? Like, we should be able to be cool. I don't have no problem with who she with now or whatever. Like, I
Right,
just got a problem
right,
with the kids.
right.
These, yeah, what's the problem? Those kids should be able to, we had a good connection. And I
But
understand now
see,
in the manosphere, they teach a lot of brothers to like avoid single moms and stuff like that. I want to speak on that real quick, because
mm-hmm.
um I don't. My thing is this. Like I said, I understand you preparing people. If all things are equal, of course, a man's going to want to have his own legacy. But the problem is
Mm-hmm.
that you should never avoid. Some women are going to be built for you. A lot of men need a woman who got motherly experience, especially if you got kids. You don't want a mother with no experience and you got kids. And
Mm-hmm.
unless that woman really young and you can teach her and communicate, she's willing to learn, which is almost impossible to
Mm-hmm.
find. You might
Mm-hmm.
need a woman with experience, or you might need it. So
Right.
a lot of y'all are getting frustrated because you're all trying to chase the same type of woman that you can't get. And there's good women out there that got good situations, that got their situations under control, that where their kids is a blessing. Every woman not the bama
Mm-hmm.
that they show you on the news. Y'all got to stop thinking that. A lot of y'all brothers missing out on
Right.
good women because you following generalization. I don't have no problem with them teaching that when it's not toxic, when it's not labeling every
Mm-hmm.
woman. Because it is some women that don't have their stuff together, that got kids, you should avoid. But um you get enriched in situations, even though that situation I'm talking about that went bad, man. I got them kids eventually gonna reach out to me, and I got some people in my life that's positive for life now for dealing with that woman, even though we didn't work out. Because
Mm-hmm.
actually, to end that story, it ended up working out good. They are able to reach out to me more. She kind of getting over it. So we had our rough patch, but and these are good kids, and I got love. I love them. They love me, and I got some people in my life I would have never had that's added to my life and not taken away. You there, sister? You there, comrade? I don't see you. But anyway, to elaborate on that, people, while we got the stream going. Like I do believe you should have logical base points. If some of the topics that are made up, generalizations. If all things being equal, okay, I understand. But I don't think you should ever get to the point where you blanking everybody like that, because you can miss out on your connection. Some of y'all brothers is complaining
Is
about being
that
lonely and can't get a woman because you're trying to follow these guys on the
It's
internet
like,
and be something that you're not.
I don't
You're
know.
trying to be someone that you're not. You're trying to show that you can get this type caliber woman that you really can't get. And you need to be honest with yourself. Some of you women trying to chase guys that you can't get. It's like we keep
What
saying, it
is this
starts with
from?
knowledge of self. Know who you are and what work out with you. Because if a person can fit you and you can grow with that person, and you did the work of yourself and you can build with that person, I don't care if how many kids that person got. You better not let that person go. You better not let that opportunity go. because you're not promised to connect with anybody. Like we're not promised relationships, man. You gotta understand it's a blessing to have a relationship. We're not promised that we're gonna meet somebody and it works out and it's a connection. That's not promised to us at all. So we have to be open, we have to have an open mind about understanding who we are first and what fits us, not a narrative, not what everybody else wants or not what we think looks good, what actually fits. And if she has no kids and it fits, good. If she has kids and it fits, good still. Okay? Not just because there's certain toxic situations out there. I got a video I did about when to not avoid single, because you got so much hate and slander against single mothers that it's like, damn, man, like we're attacking mothers now, like we really at a bad space in the earth right now, man. But I got a video about that hopefully you brothers can check out. I want to do a video with my comrade right here about that, because I think I think the woman perspective need to be heard on. Now that we touched on that here, but I want to actually go into that in depth. I see that's a major issue that we facing right now as well. You got these toxic like Minister Jap, clowns like that. I don't even want to mention that dude's name, or them type of clowns' names to get them any spotlight. But that's pushing this agenda. I understand the basics of it. You want to teach brothers the basics on why they should have certain their antennas up on certain things. I understand getting brothers aware about information of what to look out for, but to outright tell them to cancel a group of women when the selection is slim for both men and women already as it is, the selection is slim. That's not good. I can hear you.
Okay, so I don't know what's going on with my mic, but it don't matter. The message still gonna keep going. So keep going.
No doubt. Yo, I can't see you. I can hear you.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm trying to fix it now, but keep talking. As long as you can hear me, that's good. I'm gonna try and figure it out.
All clear. So that's what we got to talk about. But going back to the brother's question, and God and the God that she touched on it, and I touched on a little bit, but the family structure that we championing to my right wing brothers, conservative brothers. I rock with y'all on a lot of stuff. I come at both sides. We see our party is the Black Panther Party. That's what we do. We about establishing our own political party. We don't lean right or lean left. We just lean Black Panther, all power to the people.
Yes.
What we want and what we trying to convey to you and understand is that one hand washes the other. They're both working together to get us against each other.
Yes.
Okay? I got a whole research I'm doing right now. I'm not done. And I'm definitely I'm gonna send it to the commander goddess Eve. I want her to look at it. I want her to elaborate. She gives y'all can hear, man. She gives it straight how it is. She represents the feminine energy well, and she respects the masculine. She's a very well balanced individual. One that I would recommend a lot of sisters. I would recommend sisters. So ain't that many people in general, men or women, I would recommend to, because there's so much bull out here. But she's one. She's one I get leadership from and counsel with as well, and her husband, most definitely. Her and her husband. You always want to surround yourself with listen, though, you are the sum of who you surround yourself with. If you got people in your environment that's toxic, that's energy, you watch a bunch of toxic videos, toxic music, you're gonna be a toxic individual. You're not gonna be anything. You're gonna be what you surround yourself with. So people that's in your life that's leading you the wrong way, or if you don't see yourself progressing, let's say if you're not sure if they toxic or not, if you don't see yourself progressing, and that alone is telling you that you can change your surroundings.
Yes, and you know what? Since you can hear me, I don't know why.
I can hear you good. You nice and clear.
Okay, cool. When I click my camera button, it still stays off, so I don't know what's going on.
It did that to me too for a little bit, and I got it. Then I just kept messing with it. When I first came on, it did that to me.
Oh, well, I'll figure it out. But since you can hear me, it's cool.
Yeah.
Keep talking, because
go ahead. I got you.
Real quick.
So the thing is, family, is that to answer the brother's question, hopefully we answered in this, but we can't look at things that was forced on us, whether it worked out good or bad, and just assume that's. You gotta understand, we ain't been free from slavery for not even 100 years, man. We still getting ourselves free. We still fighting for freedom in other aspects. Now we may be free. We don't have no actual chains on us, all of that, but the mental psychological damage is gonna take a while. A lot of us gonna die. It's gonna still be there. We got to build. That's why we build towards our children. We building right now for the future. And the structures that we was up under, good and bad, was not what we was up under before we came over here, or before we was invaded in here. I gotta understand that. So we can't. So for us to hold our women to a standard and to hold our men to a standard that we never truly went by to begin with is unfair. It's unfair to say that the black woman just sold us out in general. First of all, a lot of them didn't sell us out. It's unfair to generalize the black woman is doing that when the black woman never, she really didn't have, that was the first time in history she had some type of choice, or at least was made to believe she had some type of choice.
Right. And that's the thing. That's the thing. Come from a situation where you don't have a choice, where you don't have a voice.
Oh, you got feedback now. You got feedback a little bit. You got to hear his feedback. Let me see if it's me.
No, it's most likely me.
Okay, well, go ahead, finish it. Please get that point in, please, real quick. It's good.
Now that we do have a choice, and we do have someone wants our opinion or our thoughts as far as that situation is concerned, finding out if okay, he's walking away.
There you go.
Now you can hear me clearer, right?
Yeah, you clear.
Okay. Coming from that situation of not having a choice and not having our opinions or our thoughts as to how we can live our lives. Shoot, she in her mind,
I'm free now.
Still, well, yeah, that too, but also in our mind, we're still mentally enslaved.
Yes.
So whatever master say, this is what we gonna do.
Yep.
So master say you can't be in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So the husband feels like, or the father feels like, she don't love me because she's choosing massa over me. So now he's feeling rejected. So now where that rejection comes in at, it comes animosity, it comes hate, it comes attitude, it comes all these different things. When it's not even that fact, it's just that she don't know.
Right.
She don't know. She's thinking that he's saying that you can't be in the house because he just can't be in the house. But the reality of it is, they wasn't thinking that they don't want you in the house because they know that we're powerful together. So let's be powerful together. Let's get that money.
Right.
That you build over there. You know what I mean? But that's where communication comes in at.
Right.
Communication. And I want to go back. Let's rewind real quick on when you were talking about how the young lady that you were with was down with you on the idea of having the baby and the thought of having a baby, but as soon as the baby came, she blinked 5 times. Now she's not revolutionary.
It wasn't even that. As soon as she got pregnant,
wow,
she wasn't. It was already flipped.
Now, see, with that, we have to look back at it. Right. We have to look back at it as in all these things go in different situations. It's accountable for all situations. Right. Meaning, if she's rah now, all before that, years before, she's rah the black family this, right? Flip 5 times, she gets pregnant. Now she's not rah no more. Now she's going against. Now we have to look at that person and say, what was really in your heart? Yeah, what was really in your mind? Did you really feel that way, that the ways that you were speaking at that time?
Right.
Because you blink 5 times and you literally don't even live that. That's really not how you feel.
Nope.
So we have to really look at it and pay attention to people's true intentions and true desires. And we go through it to this day with the party. We see it all the time. You see it in your party. I see it in my party. We see it in every aspect of life. We see it, how people look the part, but they don't live the part. You know, and that's very, very hard to speak,
Right.
That's hard to live and that's hard to accept because we don't want to accept it.
We don't.
We want to live it. We want to make it look like we are about this life. But in all actuality, when something really hits home, it's not.
We run to this. She ran to the victim mentality that Master puts out there. And,
Right.
A lot of brothers is frustrated with the big because every movement that they start, it come at the black community. It starts in the black community, like the Me Too thing was. Look who ended up being the actual recipients today. They got Harvey Weinstein, but ended up being all black men at the end of the day. You know, they end up taking down black men. Everything, and I'm gonna be honest. They deserve to get taken down if they was doing what they was doing. I'm just gonna keep it 100. They deserve to get taken down. But to speak on the bigger aspect, is that a lot of, like you was just saying, you just said something that's key. What Master say. See, Master got it to where like you can just call the police is so weaponized against the black man. They know in the back of their head, if this nigga don't do it, this nigga don't do what I say, I can always run to the system and get a check, get support. I can run to Master. Master gonna make sure he pay me some money. Master gonna make sure that I can put him in jail if I need. I can put a domestic case on him. I could get another woman. I could do whatever I want to do. They got that crutch. As black men, the reason why we revolutionize, why I bring stress to men, we got to rebuild because we got to take away that crutch. Like we us going at the women ain't gonna fix it, brothers. I'm gonna keep it 100. The problem is because if it ain't gonna be her, it's gonna be another black woman.
Right.
Be another black. It's a systematic issue that has to be dealt with from the top. We can't deal. We gotta deal with internal. We gotta recognize our faults. I recognize I have to do a better job, but then we gotta also get back focused and go at the environment, create a better environment, because we can't focus on the individual because as long as those needs are there, women will take those needs. Women gonna do what's best to survive. You can't get mad at women for doing what's naturally, but even when it's horrible stuff, they're gonna naturally do what they feel they got to do to survive. It's just instinct. Women are even better survivors than men. Women are very instinctual, very, very nurturing and paternal. They gonna, especially if they got a child, they're gonna protect. They gonna do what they gotta, whether it's right or wrong. They're gonna go to their instincts, whatever they feel is gonna protect their situation.
Yes.
And men, we got to understand that as men to make a better situation as men. That's why I say men can't complain about it and blame the women because nothing's gonna get done. Those options are there for women. Nothing's gonna get done by us bitching about it, and that's a feminine energy anyway to bitch about it as men.
And you know what? We definitely are not going to be able to come together if we keep blaming each other or blaming one person. We have to take accountability.
Back laughing like these niggas. Got them. You know.
Yeah, we have to take accountability that. We have to take accountability that we both are involved in this situation. So we both have to take accountability for our situations and work together instead of apart, and instead of pointing fingers. Well, you did that and you doing this, but you said this, come on. What happened to the communication? What happened to the planning? What happened to the actual unity? Not saying that we all should just disagree. And just because you say one thing and I disagree with it, now we have a problem. No, if you think one way about something and I think a totally different way about something, and we're in a relationship together, let's figure this out. Let's figure out a happy medium instead of just, instead of problems. We don't need problems. We need to stop the problems because they want us to have problems. And we're pulling problems out the sky for no reason at all, for something that could easily be remedied. I have a saying that I wrote in junior high.
Yeah, that's real.
And it goes, not junior high, I'm sorry, my dad told me this. He said, it's not the problem that's the problem. But it's how you remedy the problem.
Say it one more time.
It's not the problem that's the problem. It's how you remedy the problem. So you can say, for instance, let's talk about whooping our kids, right?
Yeah.
You might have grown up being whooped, and now you are a productive citizen of society, and you're, got a job, you got your own business, you're doing right. That's great. But then you might have another parent that says, you know what, I can do all that without whipping my child.
Right.
So you both have two different thoughts. You whip the child, she don't whip the child. You feel strongly that whooping the child will help because look at me. She feels not whooping the child is going to help because look at me. Okay, let's remedy it. Let's figure out how we can come together. Instead of whooping the child and instead of not whooping the child, how about we talk to the child? How about we show the child some examples?
Yes.
How about we work together to remedy the problem? And now we cool because what we both figured out, like you said in the beginning of the video, 2 minds is better than 1. So now we got both our minds together to figure this out. And now look,
yes,
not only do you have your views, not only do I have my views, but we figured out a third way that works equally.
See, our ancestors thought like that, but we've been trained. The Disney
right
sold to us, sold the women. The man's been sold the man's been sold hyper masculinity or being emasculated, and we don't look at marriage. Marriage, see, for thousands of years, marriage was transactional. It was understood that it was roles defined, and it was understood, and it was like a business. But we've been taught to not look at it like that, to be emotional and not have solutions. And your marriage is a corporation. Your relationship, you gotta have a game plan for it to work. It's work. Every successful couple I talk to, everyone says the same thing. We work. It's work. We love each other. We build. We down for each other, but we work towards it. This ain't something we just did.
Right. Right.
And we don't we watch too much of been fed to us through media, through movies, that we think that's supposed to that good feeling that we had, that lovey, that honeymoon feeling supposed to last forever. And no, it's good to have that, but that's not what's going to hold the relationship. It's coming up with resolutions.
Yes.
Putting the meeting 2 minds.
Yes. And then understanding that you're not going to like everything that I do. And I'm not going to like everything that you do. I'm not even going to agree with everything that you do. And you're not going to agree with everything I do. But let's figure it out, though. We either figure it out together and work towards it and continue growing together, or we just separate and go our separate ways, because the reality of it is I didn't know you before because I don't want to change.
Right.
And I always say this. If you got a person, my dad always told me, don't go with nobody. Be with someone that's going the same way you're going, that likes the same things you like, that agrees and that has the same mindset and mind frame as you. That way you don't have no problems.
No doubt.
Don't go and be with somebody like old girl, the young lady that you were talking about. She's talking to someone that don't want to be in a relationship.
Right.
Wants to be in a relationship. You're trying to get somebody to do something that they don't want to do, and now you mad at that.
Oh, this is the part 2 of it, though. She got she not an ugly woman. It's plenty of other brothers that wouldn't mind being in a relationship with her. They would accept it.
But she wanted you.
She wanted me. She wasn't open to. But see, you should only want people who want you.
Yes.
Same capacity. Stop chasing people that don't want you.
And then too, we have to look at that word, want.
Right.
Because in that word alone right there has a lot of different meanings. What I mean by that is when someone says, oh yeah, I want you, or I want to be with you, where we come in at to clarify that or to get a better understanding on that is, what do you mean you want me? In what way do you want me? What do you want from me?
From me, right.
These are things that we have to really pay attention to and accept their answer, instead of saying, well, he said he don't want to be in a relationship, but watch, I bet if I put this happy lady on him, he gonna want it. And now you mad that just because you put the happy lady on him, he still don't want you. Now you mad.
And you know what she was telling me, like, I'm gonna rub your back, how your blunt roll. I got this. I'm tight.
That's all fine and dandy.
I said, baby, I'm constantly telling her, I said, that's all good. I'm gonna accept all of that. But that is
Mm-hmm.
what made me realize. She said, "You don't even
Mm-hmm.
know. It's all these men that want to marry me and propose and all." I said, "I'm not
Let
none of
them
the men, baby. I'm not none of the men."
let them do that.
Yeah,
That's fine.
but I'm gonna do what I told you I'm gonna do, and like that's the thing too. I'm gonna speak a little bit like manosphere language. Like you can't when you if you're trying to chase the alpha male, you can't compare him to simps.
Mm.
Because that's the problem.
Mm.
Can't compare him to simps. Because one thing that turned me off, you compare me to other men, that was a turn off. Another thing is that we in two different stratospheres. They in the stratosphere of chasing women validation. I'm in the stratosphere of of women chasing my validation. I can't even relate.
Right.
We in two nothing
Right.
disrespect to them, but how, biology, circumstances, my work ethic, they work ethic has put us in two different spots, wherever it may be.
Yes.
That don't mean I'm
Yes.
better than them. It's just that we two different types of men, and
Right.
a lot of women make that mistake. Basically to put it back in the other terms, you can't compare men who are sought after men to men who are not sought after that are seeking after you, ladies.
Right.
That's that.
Right. And you know what? It goes equally with the women also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Men,
True indeed.
you guys, y'all men, my brothers, I love y'all. I love y'all. I
Oh, we
love y'all.
worse.
Just
We
like
actually,
y'all love us.
we worse than the women.
Well,
I'm gonna be honest with you. We
well, no,
worse.
no, no. I wouldn't say worse. I would
Is. I'm
say
just saying we
equally the
is.
same.
Every brother saying they can get an Instagram model and this and that and got a.
It's
I train them. They have a gut out to their ankles, thinking
mm,
they and no job, thinking they deserve a woman who got a Beyonce.
right. And see, that's another side that we have to pay attention to too. You know,
Yeah.
all women are not the same.
Right, they not.
You know, you have that saying, and we hear it all the time. And I heard a different opinion too, which is so true too. That you can't turn a hoe into a housewife,
Okay.
but you also can't make a housewife into a hoe. And
Mm.
what I mean by that is,
Woo!
what I mean by that is,
Hit him with that.
I
Go
mean,
ahead. Go.
what I mean by
Hit him with
that
that.
is, you can have, if
Woo!
you
That's
have a hoe,
bars.
dealing you dealing with a hoe, a female that like to give her happy lady out to the whole world. Okay, that's a hoe. I remember we used to call them hoes and
Mm-hmm.
strawberries, right?
Yep.
So you have a woman that does that. Leave her right there.
Leave it
If
for the
you meet
streets.
another, right? Well, what I mean by leave her right there is, I mean,
But
let that
that's what the
be the
kids say.
situation.
I'm trying to talk about to the that's what the language my
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, that's true. That's true. But leave her in that situation. Leave those women in that situation. When you meet a woman that's not like that, don't put her there.
Mm,
Don't
yes.
put her in that
And
box as
men
well.
do be doing that. I be telling them, I said, you got a good woman, man. Why are you trying to get her to do all this? Like, what's she doing?
But or not even try to get her, but just think that she's like that and treat her
Yeah.
like she's like that. You have
And she
women
really be
that
into
will
that
go out.
man.
Right, she really just be on one man, and she's not
Yeah.
like that. So just because she is around a lot of men, or okay, let's do the comparison, right? Let's make the comparison the same. So you have a hoe on this side, on the left side, you have a hoe. She's around a lot of men, and she out there like that she fucked all those men,
Mm-hmm.
right? She's out there like that. But then you have another woman that is around a lot of men, but she is not like that. She don't fuck around like that. She do not fuck. She have not
Right.
fucked none of those guys.
Right.
So when you look at that woman that don't do that, don't put her in in the eye of she's like those hoes over
Right.
there.
Don't generalize her like that. A lot of brothers make
Don't
that
do
mistake.
that.
Don't do
Yeah,
that.
don't
Yeah.
put her in that box because she's not like that. Just because it might look the same doesn't mean that it's the same. Don't mean that that's exactly how she is. Same thing goes for our men. Just because you have a lot of men that's out there fucking on everybody, that don't mean that this man or these men over here are like that.
Oh, thank you for speaking on that. Because you know what I get a lot of? I think a lot of women assume that because I have children with multiple women, they automatically assume that I'm not. They don't understand. Like I don't have no random. I'm very particular who I deal with, right? So
Mm-hmm.
they calculate that as I'm just easy access. They can just come my
Mm.
inbox, send me a pussy pic or whatever, And it's like, well, he gonna get it. He got all these babies. No, no, I'm a nation builder. I'm a revolutionary. Like my babies were all the relationships and plan. Like,
Right.
and so they think that just because of that I'm just out here and it's
Just
not.
because you have a lot of kids,
Yeah,
they
they think
think
I'm out
that
here.
you just.
I practice retention. I go months without having sex. They don't even know that though. They thinking like, oh, well, hey, he gonna want it. He going. I look good. Let me just inbox him this. He gonna jump on it. Nope. He gonna stay. No, it ain't like that. I don't even know you. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. And that's not cool. That's not cool for either of us to generalize
Yeah.
each other like that. Get to know the person and get to know the person for that person. And I'm not even talking about get to know them like, because when we talk about getting to know somebody, we're talking about, what do you like? What's your favorite food? What do you like going on trips? That's one part of getting to know somebody.
That's just like basic compatibility. Ain't even
right. Right. What I mean when I say by get to know someone is watch their actions. Watch the type of person they are. Pay attention to who they are, their mindset, their values, their respect for self, their knowledge, their wisdom. Pay attention to that. That's what's going to tell you who that person is. Get to know that person instead of saying, oh, she's the woman and yeah, she automatically thinks like them, thinks like those hoes. You haven't gotten to know that person.
Right.
You have to get to know that person. Yeah, but that's where communication comes in at. My son is talking to a young lady that's out of state, right? And I told him, I said, you know what? I said, that's the best type of relationship right there. Because number one, y'all don't see each other. Y'all can see each other through FaceTime and so on and so forth. But you're not around each other. So being that you're not around each other, you're getting to know that person. If you out somewhere or she's out somewhere and you're listening to how she interacts with the cashier. You're listening to how she interacts with her parents, her children, her friends. You're listening
I like
to
how
that.
You put that. That's that's a good nugget right there. We might have to chop that into a video within itself, because a lot of people just automatically dismiss long distance relationships. And that's a good nugget, because you do get that, because you do get that opportunity to see how they interact with society separate from you. Because when somebody around you and in your presence, of course they can act different.
Man, they're gonna try to put their best foot forward, knowing they curse out the cashier for not giving them their 10 cents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But on the phone, they basically forget in a sense that they on the phone, because they hold on 1 second and they actually, how you doing, sir? How you doing? Oh, how was your day? They're actually getting, talking to people or even getting into certain situations.
And it naturally feel comfortable because you're not there. So naturally
exactly. But when someone is there and you're getting to know them, they're going to put their best foot forward. They're going to try to make it seem like they're the most perfectest person in the world. 6 months later, a year later, now you see exactly who that person is, which is totally the opposite of who that person told you they were or showed you who they were. Get to know people.
Right.
When you get to know people, now you not only getting to know them for as far as who they are, but you're getting to know them as far as what you want them. Are they for you?
Yes.
Do they complement you?
Yep.
Do you guys want
what they can be?
Right.
Central aspect too. You get to know that.
Exactly.
So that is a good. I'm glad that's a good point you bring up. That makes a lot of sense.
And then it also reflects on the kids, because we have to look at that too. We have to look at how our kids are and how our kids are reacting. Like, people tell me, oh yeah, when my son was younger, they would say, oh, he's so mannerable, he's so respectful, he's so this, he's so that. 27 years old, he's still mannerable, he's still respectful. He's still, because this is how I raised him. I raised him to be this way so he could be that way, towards the world. I also raised him to be revolutionary. My son is he's not Black Power. He's a skinhead. But then when we look at skinheads, we instantly see Nazi.
Right.
But forgetting,
they don't know the history.
Right. Right, but forgetting the skinhead started in Jamaica, a
Jamaica.
bunch of kids that just wanted to be looked at as adults. They wanted to be looked at as responsible. And we're growing and we can get a job. We can be productive citizens of the world. You know what I'm saying? But then here we go with the flip. The Nazis come over from Germany and flip it and they become racist and so on and so forth. So now that's what you see. So when people see my son, they instantly know that he's respectful. They instantly know that he's this and that or whatever. But they like, but he's not Black Power like you. No, he was raised. My son will rock the RBG band all day. He will say Black Power because that's who he is. But he just hates racist people.
People, period. Yeah.
So I tell him, shit, we came across a Nazi. He instantly like, what? Where he at? I'm on my way. I'll be right back, Mom. Yeah, because I already know that. But when it comes down to the family structure, we have to pay attention to every aspect of the family. We have to pay attention to that person. How does that person live their life? Not just speaking on it or not just showing it, but how do they live it? Do they live revolution? And I don't just mean against the man or against our oppressors. I mean, do they live revolution in the mind, in their own household, with their friends, with their family?
Hey,
do they live that?
You know what you said? Something I'm gonna touch on. You hit on something real deep, right? I'm gonna touch on it. Oh shit! I'm on a long time. I gotta touch on this. I ain't know we been going, boy. We've been going. We're gonna come back and we're gonna do this some more, y'all. It's gonna be more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like out. I think times at time. I think what I had to go through and understand. That situation was a major blessing for me with the female because it helped me understand to get to what do I actually want to be. How you said about your son, he raised revolutionary, but he did what he do, but he still has the foundational principles of who he is. Or relationships too. A lot of times I think we get into relationships. Hold on, y'all. My kids is you don't want right now. A lot of times what happens is that I think that and a lot of brothers, I tell some brothers and sisters, we think that we got to have this revolutionary partner, and that's a beautiful thing to have.
Yes.
But if you gotta go, you gotta look at yourself and what mates with you. What do you want? I start realizing that the sisters that I'm willing to be comrades with, even sometimes have sex with, even sometimes be friends with, may not be the sisters that best fit me and as my mates. Again, my mate is different. And even now, the women I talk to now, they not my look. I'm not. Of course, the ideal situation would be a woman to be on what I'm on. I'm not going, of course, but what I'm saying is that that may not be for you at that moment. You may meet a person who not on the same thing, but as long as they respect what you want and understand it, and they're not against it, they get what you need as a mate. Then you got to look into that. You can't just be like, well, they not Black Power, so I'm gonna just push them down to this. I'm gonna push them as an option, and then your ass end up being lonely forever. Because you was dead set on that one thing, and he or she might have had 50 other things down pat, but one thing you was like, you know what? Nah, I can't do it. They won't do it. They ain't gonna march with me for y'all niggas that still march. Y'all still march. She ain't gonna march with me. She ain't doing that, or he ain't doing that, so I can't rock with him. And it's you can't. You will X yourself out the game. So I open myself up a little bit. Of course, I'm going to lean towards revolutionary sisters and stuff like that. I'm not going to front like I'm not, but I have to reopen and be back. Well, look, it ain't always about that. And I've been able to, I ain't making it an official, but some of the queens I done talked to and dealt with, they've been more pleasing to me as a man. They fit more me and what I want as a man. Because some of these sisters that's in the more, it's like, you know what, they look good, they talk good, they about that, but they don't make a good mate for me. We go bump heads. We go bump heads too much. I'm a strong-headed alpha male. So so it might be a sister that I work with good as a comrade, but that don't mean we're gonna work good in a relationship. Or a sister I might work good in a relationship, but that don't mean we work good as comrades. It can work both ways.
Right.
So we gotta know what we fit and be honest with ourselves.
And see, that's where it goes back to Does this person live it?
There you go.
You see what I'm saying? Now,
Yeah,
you don't have to,
foundation.
right? You don't have to.
Are they who
be
they
with
say they
someone-
are? Are they who?
Are they who they say they are?
Yes.
Do they live what they talk about?
Yes.
And you don't have to be with someone, for my brothers and sisters out there. If you are revolutionary, you don't have to be with someone who's also a revolutionary. They might be, and what I mean by revolutionary, I mean be out there, boots on the ground, revolutionary. They can be revolutionary as far as in the mind. Look at the mama. Hey, beautiful.
She gotta get in there. She gotta stop.
Look at just like daddy. Look at those cheeks. Hey.
Yeah.
How I love that smile. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's my girl.
That made me forget what I was talking about.
You gotta keep on. You was getting on some point. She had to jump in the video, y'all. She wasn't gonna let me not see this video.
She's so beautiful.
This video of my daddy.
She got your cheeks for real. Boy, them cheeks. Okay, but yeah, but she might be revolutionary in the mind, meaning she might agree with the fact that we are oppressed, with the fact that we are being mentally enslaved. She might feel that it's fucked up that the cops is killing, you know, all our men and women and children. She might feel that way, but she might be like, but you know what, baby? I got your back though. I'm gonna be at home with it though.
Yep.
You know, because
and that's okay.
and that's okay. But just as long as that's how she truly feels, that's who she is, and she lives that.
Right.
Now, if you have a woman that is saying that she's revolutionary and she's boots on the ground and she's out there like that doing the work, but then she goes home and she curse her kids out, she curse out the neighbor, she cursing out you know what I'm saying? Everybody that's not. Now at that point, now you need to look at that and be like,
hold up. But you know, it be brothers. I done counsel with brothers, and they be like, but you know what, man? She man, but she about that, man. But I tell you, brother, she about that black power though. I'm like, brother, you just told me 30 red flags.
Man, do you know? I was telling you about how couple days ago or so, maybe a couple weeks ago, I was telling you about how we had in an organization was building some years ago. We had a young lady that was like that.
Right.
That was, you know, like, oh yeah, black power. But then as soon as the sister walked by, she, fuck you, bitch. What the fuck you looking at, bitch? I had to be like, you know what? Nah, you don't live this. I can't. I'm good. I don't even want to be around that.
What you calling the black woman?
Right. You trying to start problems with the black woman. How could you say black power and then it's how you, as soon as you get off the bus or as soon as somebody look at you wrong, you want to go in on them. That's not black power. You're not living black power. You're just talking it. Right. Now let's look on the flip side. You have women, because I'm a woman, so I'm speaking on us women. You have women that's like black power, and she goes home and she loves on her kids. She loves on her family. And she's out there speaking black power and black unity amongst our people. That's the type of woman that speaks who she is. Right. But it all goes back to paying attention who these people are for them to be in your life. Does this person communicate with the outside world? Do she go home? Do you know her and her husband, her family, her kids? Do she communicate with them? If you know people on a personal level, seeing people outside in the world, it looks so beautiful. It looks so good. It looks so good. It looks so unified. But then when you get to know people on a back burner behind closed doors,
that's the real receipt. That's when the real truth come out.
Because you can't be out there speaking one thing but living another life. Living your truth behind closed doors. Then actually that's you're not being truthful. That's just like pastors. Let's say pastors,
Oh,
right?
they know that's their calling card.
You got pastors out there talking about some the Lord said and this said in the Bible and da 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 da. We gotta
And they
uplift our
they
women.
go buy a horse, a bag of dope right
Man,
after the service.
you already know. So
I
at
sold
that
dope.
point,
I had pastors as my clients when I sold dope.
see, look. So at that point, do you want to go to that pastor's church? Do you want to
Hell
hear
no.
anything that pastor talking about?
Hell
You don't want to
no.
hear nothing that pastor talking about
Not a
because
goddamn thing.
you got a wife, but you talking about we need the family structure, but you cheating on your wife.
Yeah,
fucking
you out
Sandra.
there busting down crackhead prostitutes. I done seen it all.
Right,
They
right.
have a beautiful
So,
wife and then go pick up a crackhead.
right. You see what I'm saying? All because they was not honest with their wife.
Right.
You have to be honest with people. Honest.
Yeah,
And
you
if
gotta
you're
be.
not honest
We
with
gotta be
people,
like if you. It's I can't believe how many of us still out here lie. And I'm speaking to the men. I know women do it too. But I'm speaking to the men because we do it way. But it's still, but you still lying to your woman about your. Come on.
because
Like,
they're afraid of rejection. It's about
God
rejection.
damn,
And
bro.
it's about
You gotta get past that part. You gotta at least get
right,
past the lying, man. Come on.
right. It's about rejection.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to be rejected
Right.
because of self-gain, because of
Yep.
something they want for self. So they're like, shit, if I go and say, if I tell her what she want to hear, then she gonna get with me.
And
She gonna
they
be with
underestimate the man, brothers. Women got senses that we don't have. They know when you bullshit.
Mm.
They just choosing to let you bullshit.
And
most
seeing how
people
far you
know.
go.
They see how far you go, or are they gonna use it for leverage? Or they gonna use it to do what they want to do. They go like, oh, you doing that? Okay, cool. Cause I got Tyrone and Jeff anyway, nigga.
Mhm.
They thinking, and
And
you don't even know
also,
that you thinking you doing something, but she already got her exit plan on your ass.
right. And also, as far as polygamy is concerned, we have to look at the honesty of that of polygamy.
Black
We
Power.
have to, yeah, you
Okay,
you
great.
back. But that's we have to look at the power of polygamy. Polygamy started with two people being completely honest with each other.
Yep. That's how I
And
start.
that's how it stays strong because
Yep.
two people are being honest with each other. He basically told her, look, I want to be with I want two wives.
Yep.
He's told her that. So in her mind, shit, he being honest with me. You don't know. All I'm saying is you
A lot of
don't
women respect that.
know.
A lot of brothers don't, they
Man,
listen out, not knowing that the woman might be with it because they lying.
man.
Now the woman mad because you lied, not because of the other
Yes.
because you lied.
Yes.
A lot
Yes.
of women,
And
more women with it than what brothers know. Trust.
exactly. If you just honest with the woman, you don't know what she gonna do. You don't know if she might be with it. If you just tell her, look, I like being with 5 different
She
women.
might
This
get
is what I
excited
like.
by it. Let's keep it 100. She might be excited by it. I don't have women
Man,
excited by it.
yes,
Motivate like,
because
oh, let's talk.
because in a woman's mind, at least he's being honest with me, and at least I don't have to be heartbroken and find out the truth later. I don't have to find out later that he's really with Sandra and Kim and all of them other ones. I don't have to worry about that because he was telling me the truth. So if I do catch him with Sandra and Kim, hell, I already know. Oh, okay, you with Sandra today.
And it's
all
safer
right.
because you know the people that you don't. It ain't random strangers. You know who everybody. Everybody
Exactly.
knows everybody.
Exactly.
The circle is tight. Everybody knows everybody,
Exactly.
and we keep the circle tight, and it's good.
It's about respecting the person so much that you give them the option to decide what they want to do instead of putting them in a box where you want them in.
Yep. And
They might not even want to be in that
Yep.
box. And if they don't want to be in that box, if they don't want to deal with you wanting 5 different women, then you cannot be mad at that because she has her feelings. She has what you know.
There's couples out there that's successful different ways, and I'm glad you bring this up because this kind of gets to the main point. I know brothers and sisters that they polyamorous. I mean they polygamous, but they polygamous. I know brothers polygynous. Polygamous is when both the man and woman got multiple wives or husbands or whatever. Then you got polygyny. Polygyny where the man just has multiple women. I know couples that work all those work. I know monogamous couples that work. We got different ways. We always had a variety as Africans and a variety as indigenous people. We wasn't limited to just say that we got in the Americanized culture it's monogamy is all and they don't even practice monogamy. They don't even practice. They hypocritical about it. We practiced monogamy back then too, but it was more defined. It actually wasn't that wide. Only I think only 10% of us practice monogamy. Before we came into the Western world. I think it's like 10 to 15%. It's a real low number. And then and even knows it wasn't the monogamy that we know of today. It was a different structure of monogamy. So as far as this monogamy in America, we didn't practice that till we came on the spaceship. Christianity taught us that. You know, to be honest with you, let's be real about it. So we can't blame the black woman or man for bucking against something that they never was really with. They went thousands of years without even being with.
Right, or not even knowing that lifestyle. What happened? Well, I don't know what happened. This our first time using StreamYard, fam, so we still trying to get some kinks out, but I hope you guys got the message. I hope you guys his device is not connected. I hope you guys could listen to what we said. Everything that we said is not written in stone like that. These are just our thoughts and our opinions on how we feel about the family unity. We need family unity. We need to make sure that our family is together on these subjects. I can't hear you. There you go. Add to stream. Yes. Okay. My video is out. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to fix it. So maybe the next video I'll have it down pat. But right now it's just kind of not there. But at least you can hear us. There you go. Whew. There you go.
All right, fam, can you
yes,
hear me
I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can't hear nothing.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, Black Power. Well, look, listen, and we got a lot built in. We're gonna get more in. That's actually my cue.
Yeah.
I gotta get to some other things going. I can't hear you, Goddess, but I appreciate being on.
Much respect for being here.
Much love, Black unity, Black love, Black power, revolutionary love, and Black power family. We're gonna keep bringing this for you. Hope y'all get some out of this. Let's continue to build.
Yes.
Revolutionary love,
Black power. Black power. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but that was Jamal Cannon, legendary Black Panther Party. And you guys know me, Eve. It says Veta right there, or it says Amani Ra, I'm not for sure. But Black Panther Party, Southern California chapter. So we were just building on the Black family and how the Black family structure is so important. And I'm so glad that he came on to give his opinion, his thoughts, as far as our men are concerned, because we need that. Now, also remember, I am not the type of woman to bash anyone on any subject. This is all about corrective criticism, and it's all about correcting our mistakes and what's going on in the Black family. There's not we can't sit and make it seem like, or make it look like, oh, the Black family is the bomb and we don't have no problems. No, we have problems within our family structure, within our mindset too, that we need to work on, and we should work on, so we can stay strong within our family. And if we don't stay strong within self first, then how can we say that we're going to be strong within our family? So that's what this video is about. You can't see me right now, but y'all know you can hear me. But that